All right, 5 weeks in the bag. I think 8 weeks to go. Let's take a look back at the scores from last week. We've got me, of course, beating Hammer. Not even close. Peyton Manning came back last week, and you know what? I'm just going to call it now. Peyton Manning MVP again this year. It's going to happen, so I'm pretty much just going to cruise to the championship. It'll just be a matter of who meets me there. Let's see. What else did we have? Hawk beat up on a girl last week. Um, Sarah, once again, did not take my advice and trade me anyone on her team for Eli Manning, so she went with Joe Flacco and lost the game. I would have to go back and add up the numbers, but she would have been fairly close to beating Hawk if she'd have taken Eli off of my hands. Offer is still out there. I know you're sticking with your boy, but, you know, think about it. All right, what other games did we have last week? Hawk beat Sarah. Let's see. Tori beat John. John, what is wrong with your team? You have such a good team, and it just never does anything. Larry Donald goes for 3 touchdowns one week and 0 points the next week. Get Eric Decker out of your lineup until he proves that he can do any points. Has Eric Decker gotten a point this year? Okay, he's gotten a couple. Okay, I'm wrong. He's apparently had a couple of good weeks, but still. I don't know. I don't trust it. Not with Geno Smith in the lineup. Not with them possibly playing Michael Vick. Just rubs me wrong. Like the dad on Seventh Heaven. Alright. Scott didn't take advantage of his taco buy. How do you lose to Alex when he's rocking two Indianapolis running backs who combined don't score double figures? Oh, it's because Scott has a defense that goes for -2. Wow. Bengals D. What happened? You can't see Scott doing that again. Scott's got a pretty solid lineup, and as long as the child beater AP does not get back into Minnesota's lineup, I think Asiata will probably never have that bad of a day again. So we'll give Scott a break this week, since it did kind of help me get back into my division anyways. And then let's see. Who else? Oh, crap. I'm looking at the wrong week. There we go. Chad and Couchburners. What a crazy matchup to end the week on. That was ridiculous. Demarius Thomas having a week that not many wide receivers have ever had. Eddie Lacy coming back for a huge week. All Chad needed was Hawk's favorite running back, Alfred Morris, to have an average day, and he wins this on Monday night, and it does not even come close to happening. The Morris gets what, 29 yards? Ugh. Ugh. That's all you can say about Alfred Morris is ugh. I think that's the nickname that should be deemed to him. Alright, so let's get to this week. Let's start with Tori's got his taco buy. He should be able to just dominate Alex. I don't see Houston giving up anything to Trent Richardson and Ahmad Bradshaw. So unless Alex actually decides to put Marshawn Lynch into the game and maybe get, I don't know, Wes Welker into the game, maybe put Cam Newton into the game. Maybe not Cam Newton since he's playing against Cincinnati. But, I don't know. Maybe get Ray Rice off of your bench. The only guy in America who still supports Ray Rice. Alex Giuliani. So, yeah, we're going to have Tori going at 4-2 this year. Tori needs to get props for something at the end of this season for putting in the work he has to make his lineup better. Tori last year to this year is drastically better. I think Tori's going to be Hawks' main threat in the Eastern Conference. Let's see. Sarah versus John. I want to pick John because I feel like John has a better lineup. But we all know what John does here. So just to bolster my win-loss record on picks, I'm going with Sarah. Sarah, hit me up. Take Eli Manning off my bench. Go talk to Hawk. Get Nick Foles off of his bench. There's quarterbacks out there to be had. You don't have to live with Kirk Cousins. Alright, now off my soapbox. We got Chad versus Hammer. Let's see. Chad versus Hammer. Chad has pulled one of the bigger comebacks in the league. I thought Chad was going to go the whole season without winning a game, but his lineup has really turned it around. He also holds the record for most name changes in a season on his team. I think right now he's going with Stafford infection. Let's see. Let's get a breakdown of this. Got Andy Dalton, probably have a decent game. LaShawn McCoy, CJ Spiller. CJ Spiller? Really, Hammer? I don't know about that. Who else do you have? Oh, you've got Doug Martin at your flex, so I'm assuming CJ Spiller is the best running back you have. I don't know. I think Maurice Jones-Drew is the play this week. I think he's going to come back and have a finally play for Oakland the way he was supposed to. Maybe Trey Mason? No? Trey Mason? Just having him on your bench? I don't know. Anything to get Doug Martin out of your lineup. I don't think Doug Martin's going to do anything this week. Personally, I'd go with Maurice Jones-Drew, but with those running backs, I don't think you have a chance in beating Chad. I think Chad's coming on strong. Probably going to play third place in his division. I'll have to look at the standings here in a minute, see what we think he can get up to. I don't think he can catch Hawk and Torrey, though. I think those guys are pretty solid at the top of that division. All right, then we got Hawk versus Couch Burners. Hawk. I wish I could be rooting for you to win this week because I needed Couch Burners to lose for me to have a chance to get back into my division. But you sit TY. How do you sit TY? It's ridiculous. You got Jeremy Maclin on your freaking lineup. Percy Harvin. You sit T.Y. Hilton, the best wide receiver on the team that is pushing to be the best team in the AFC, and you sit him. Well. And then you said Stephen Ridley, but that doesn't really matter. I mean, your running back should be able to make 8 points. But let me just throw this out there. When you've got the best wide receiver for your opponent's quarterback, you play that wide receiver in your lineup because you're probably going to take some points away from your opponent's quarterback, which is what would have happened this week if Hawk had been smart enough to start T.Y. Hilton versus Couch Burners Andrew Luck. That's just a fantasy tip out there to Hawk just so he can, have a chance at being a decent fantasy player one of these days. All right, and then the last game of the week is me and Scott. This is going to be a pretty close one. Scott had a rough start to his week with Dwayne Allen scoring 4 points, but Scott doesn't really rely on his tight ends to be the bread and butter of his team. Oh, this is hard. I think it's going to come down to will Jay Cutler do anything this week versus Atlanta? And I think he does, but I think it's all going to be to Alshon Jeffries on my team. So I think I'm going to squeak out something on, let's see, no Monday night games for us. I think it's going to come down to Darren Sproles on Sunday night then. I think if Sproles scores 10 or more, I win this week. And I think it's not going to happen. I think the Giants shut him down. I'm going to pick Scott over me this week in the upset of the week. And I'm going to stop my winning streak before it even starts. Alright, so let's look at the standings right now. The League of Mediocrity over in the Eastern Conference has everyone either at 3-2 or 2-3, with Hawk and Tory solidly at 3-2 in their league. And then you've got Taco over here, Suck My Ditka, somehow has won 2 games this season. How that happened, I have no idea. And then Stafford Infection and Foreskins at 2-3. Sorry. Then you've got Little Baby Gorillas with the #1 pick in the league this year, Couch Burners, somehow with a 4-1 record. He is sneakily the most dominant person in the league, and I have no idea how that happened, which is kind of the definition of sneaky. But yeah, he's got 534 points scored, 538 points scored against him. That's impressive that you can get a 4-1 record with more points scored against you than you've scored. I'm going to have to do an investigation into that one. Yeah, but it's going to be a good week. We're closing in on halfway through the season, and some surprises in the league. The biggest surprise to me, not Couch Burners. It's John at 1-4. John is picking such great players and not doing anything with them. John is the curse mark to these players. I feel like he could start Peyton Manning and Peyton would get -2 points. Alright, that's it for this week. Football at my house tomorrow if anyone is interested. Probably just get some sort of pizza. I think Scott and Hawk are confirmed to come. I haven't talked to Scott all week though, so we'll see. Alright, peace.